best thing you can do to a little orangutan is get it as quickly as possible with another little orangutan. And we don't really want to humanize them because they are, on the road to freedom again and a life in the wild. Hi guys, how's life? Do you want to tickle? See, when you tickle them, they laugh. See? You want to tickle? No, but you do, don't you? That's very ticklish orangutan, that is.
Dr. Ian Singleton is introducing me to some of the orangutans under his care.
This one is Losa. He was shot at by a bunch of farmers 62 times with an air rifle. So he's blind in both eyes because he's got 2 pellets in one eye and 1 in the other. We've taken 14 pellets out of him, but he's still got 48 inside him.
Dr. Singleton's Orangutan Rescue and Rehabilitation Centre is deep in the Sumatran jungle. It's home to 400 rescued orangutans. All of them have experienced trauma. Many of them were taken from the wild and kept illegally as pets.
On many occasions I've actually gone on the confiscations and we've found orangutans chained to somebody's chicken shed and starving and malnourished, and you realise that if you hadn't done that, these animals would have died in somebody's back garden.
Yang lebih parah sih penyakitnya orangutan.
Every month, Dr. Singleton and his team conduct rescue missions.
Sebenarnya ini tidak sehat dengan kondisi kayak gini.
This baby was saved from wildlife traffickers during an undercover operation.
We'll get a quick body weight and then get him on here and start the procedure.
Today, Dr. Singleton is inserting a tracking chip.
This is a young male orangutan. He's been here between 6 months and a year. I mean, these are, look at him. I mean, they're as human as you can get. He's in good condition. He's got plenty of meat on him. He's not overweight. His hair's nice and soft.
And what shape was he in when he came in?
He was much thinner than this. I mean, surviving in a patch of fragmented forest with hardly any food. So he's doing well.
This is what's happening to the orangutan's habitat. Vast areas are being cut down for palm oil plantations. And this is the result. Dr. Singleton estimates there are only 6,600 Sumatran orangutans on the island now. Today, Dr. Singleton and his team are heading to Tripper Forest, a protected peat swamp in Aceh, and home to one of the most dense populations of orangutan in the world. It's a long flight over the palm plantations.
Big companies, big estates, and pretty much nothing else until you get to the edge of the forest. This was, like 100, 200 years ago, this would have been orangutan Mecca,
This was Tripper Forest in March this year. Environmentalists say these fires were started illegally by palm oil companies, clearing land for their plantations.
My suggestion then is that me, Jess, David and Weezer go in one car, and we also pick up Suratman. So
on the ground, Dr. Singleton and his team discuss how to get into Tripper to assess the damage.
The most important thing is to get the footage, yeah? So if we're lucky, both cars get in. If we're not lucky, one car gets in.
They don't want the world to know. They don't want the world to know that they're illegally causing deforestation. Push Indonesia to enforce.
Jessica McKelson is a zoologist and primate expert. She says sneaking into the area is a risky business.
Yeah, they don't want people going in to see the damage they've already contributed to the illegal. Particularly television crews, particularly anything around media. It just highlights what damage that they have done, and they don't want to be in that position.
The destruction in Tripper is worse than they expected.
I'm gobsmacked. I don't even know what to say. You see this on TV, you see it on the internet, you see how bad and serious the issue is, but you can't comprehend how much damage has actually been done, and I'm lost for words.
You know, this used to be an orangutan population of between 2,000 and 3,000 animals, easily. I mean, 1 or 2 have made it to our quarantine centre. All the rest are dead.
This male was one of the lucky ones.
3, 2, 1.
Trapped in one of the remaining pockets of Tripper Forest, when Dr. Singleton's team found him, he was in a bad way, distressed and malnourished.
It's not just orangutans, is it?
Yeah, I mean, there's tigers. There are still a few tigers living in this forest behind us. There's all sorts of, you can hear gibbons in the distance. There's a whole range of species. As a result of its forest destruction and peatland degradation, Indonesia is actually the 3rd biggest emitter of carbon in the world. And as a result of that, it pledged to reduce its emissions by at least 20%. The government created a moratorium map, a map of areas which were off limits to new concessions in forests and peatlands. And this particular area where we're standing right now, this Kalista Alam plantation area, was on that map as off limits.
In April, environmentalists took the palm oil company Kalista Alam to court for illegal clearing. But the case was thrown out on a technicality, and the company denies any wrongdoing. As bleak as this picture seems, things might be changing.
The government of Indonesia now, its own sort of red or carbon task force, is investigating the activities of not just this illegal plantation here, but also the activities of the other plantations in the area.
And here in Tangkahan, rangers run elephant patrols to monitor and protect the forests.
Poaching, illegal logging, any illegal activities in the forest, they survey and patrol the main paths where the timber would come out of the forest, and they report back to the forestry department each time.
The elephants also have another role.
They're also used for ecotourism. By allowing the guests to bathe and interact with them, it also raises funds to manage and look after the elephants.
For Jessica, conservation and ecotourism go hand in hand. Inspired to save the orangutan from extinction, she set up an eco-travel agency.
The visitors that have decided that they want to come along and join us to visit this location, or the forests and where the orangutans live. We're going to educate them around orangutans and their jungle home, and we'll also give them an experience that they'll leave and want to feel empowered to make a difference when they get back home.
So this is where all the little kids are waiting to go back to the forest, yeah?
Back at the Orangutan Centre, Dr. Singleton is discussing his favourite part of the rescue and rehabilitation process.
These guys are all ready to go and just waiting for the cages in Janto to be empty so we can send them up.
So you've got about 55 on site here at the moment?
Yeah.
How many have you released now this year?
This year? There's probably about 12. Yeah.
12, yeah.
12, don't know. Maybe, no, it should be a few more than that. You lose track after a couple of hundred. So when you ask about how do I feel about seeing orangutans in this cage, I'm actually quite happy because it's really nice when we get them in here. Sometimes you see their little eyes light up when they see all these other orangutans and the opportunity to play again. You know, these are actually learning to be orangutans again and learning all the little airs and graces and how to be sociable with other orangutans again. And they will go from here to the release sites as a little group of buddies, yeah, mates.